Hey parents, Dr. Tony Ebel here, and we are going to talk about something you've probably never heard of before, but my goodness, when you do, it could change everything for your child, change everything for their health, and change everything for your child, because this thing, subluxation, is something you maybe have never seen or heard of before until finding this video, or maybe you're watching the video within the article that we have all about it. But once parents understand what subluxation really is and what it does to the health of our children, it really becomes the number one focus on, hey, we don't want that. Let's get rid of that. Because on the other side of subluxation, which is why I want to really define it and break it down for you, on the other side of this thing called subluxation, which is stress on the nervous system, is a healthy nervous system, is an optimally developing nervous system, is a nervous system that regulates the gut and the immune system and the motor system and gets everything online with that child's brain or hard drive and gets it working great. So subluxation is something you maybe haven't heard of before, but watch this video. We're going to keep it really simple, yet get you to the details you need to know about it and how influential it can be to help your child's health through all sorts of issues, whether gut issues, sensory issues, emotional, behavioral issues, immune issues. You need to know the science and the story of subluxation. And real quick, before I switch over to the iPad and break it down for you visually, just know that this is not something you're going to be told about in a standard pediatrician or medical office. See, the medical definition of subluxation is, unfortunately, like a lot of things in medicine, it's really outdated and it's really too simplified. So they don't understand the neurological component, which is really where we'll spend most of our time with this video. So if you go to your pediatrician, you go to your family doctor and you say, hey, can you tell me about subluxation and the spine and the nervous system and pediatric chiropractic that focuses on neurology, they'll probably go, huh? And that's okay. Each of us have different specialties. This is ours as neurologically focused pediatric chiropractors. And I'm telling you, as a parent, when you find out about subluxation, the first thing you're going to want to do is get to a trained pediatric chiropractor, figure out if this is what's going on with your kiddo, and get it taken care of so you can get your child to the other side of that stress or illness or whatever it is they may be going through. So, all right, we're going to keep this one. Now, I am an Iowa farm boy first before I became a neurologically focused chiropractor. So we're going to keep this farmer simple with our little Apple Pencil and iPad here. So subluxation has three parts. Number one, there is a misalignment. I'll try not to misspell things as I do the video. There's a misalignment. And once you have part one, you're going to see subluxation's parts. They happen in a sequential order. One begets the next one, which begets the third one. So what happens is there's misalignment within the neuromotor system. So the musculoskeletal system, most importantly, the neck, the neurospinal system, and the areas up here, the spine is the most influential motor system we have. So when we have misalignment of the vertebrae, misalignment of the spine, we end up with fixation. And really what fixation can better be said is tension or altered tone. So if you've taken your child to a pediatric PT, OT, speech therapist, you probably have heard about proprioception, tone, coordination, some of these very important motor-based challenges. Well, that's what we're really dealing with here. The first parts of subluxation are motor, kind of, more, a lot of people think of it as musculoskeletal, but it's more than that. That's why I was jamming up on my M's there. There's more than just the motor function. Really, what subluxation is telling us about is neuromotor function. Because after you have these first two elements of subluxation, the third element is really where all the challenge comes from. Because what subluxation causes within the brain and the nervous system is neurological imbalance. Now, when the nervous system gets interfered with, so there's incoordination, interference, and imbalance with the central or autonomic nervous system, there is a term for that, and that was a bad Y there, but there's a term for it and a really important article you can also read on our website here, or if you're watching this on social, get to our website, pxdocs.com, or to the local practice that maybe shared this, and read about dysautonomia, because that's the big story here. And we won't go too much deeper than this because I've got a long, kind of like 20-minute video about subluxation and dysautonomia that if you keep reading this article, if that's where you found this video, you'll see I'll have the team put that longer, bigger one at the end. But what happens with subluxation is it shifts the nervous system into what's called sympathetic fight or flight dominance. Now, that gas pedal side of the nervous system, that fight or flight side of the nervous system, we need its survival, but it's not our thriving. It's not our growing. It's not our digesting. It's not our sleep and resting and immune function side of the system. So the last thing I want to show you before we shut the iPad down is the reason stress on the nervous system. So too much stress stuck on the nervous system is how I would describe to you exactly what subluxation is. It's the spine, and that neurospinal structural system is just our access point to the central autonomic nervous system, because that's how God designed us. It's the skull and the spine that protects the central nervous system and the brainstem and the vagus nerve and all these things you can learn about from subluxation. And so that's how we get in there and make these safe, gentle, natural adjustments that are drug-free. And we can improve the function of the nervous system by clearing out the subluxation and the stress. And the first changes we see, because once that subluxation is there, so we have a stressed out nervous system, we'll put that in parentheses, the central nervous system or autonomic nervous system, it then goes down this road and it messes with the gut. The first thing subluxation does to a child, and it happens for adults too, is it shuts down gut motility and gut function. So that looks like reflux, colic, and those sort of things in an infant, constipation, and nervous stomach later on for a child. And then it also goes into the immune system, and it very much clogs up the ears. So subluxation and tension can really, really contribute to ear infections, croup, RSV, respiratory challenges, and just kind of over time, an autoimmune sort of environment. And the other system it really messes with is our motor system. So the motor milestones and developmental milestones. So I could go on and on. Again, there's another video that goes even longer, but subluxation has those three parts. So misalignment, fixation, that alters the motor function and that neuromotor influence into the nervous system. And subluxation means stress. So when you have stress stuck on that system, you have stress going into the brain and nervous system all the time. And if your child started out with a stressful pregnancy, stressful delivery, they're colicky, they're refluxy, they're not sleeping, they're not pooping, they're not developing appropriately, they're having tantrums, they're having meltdowns, they're having sensory challenges, they're having behavioral challenges. All of those things are signs of too much stress stuck on the nervous system. And we can literally put one word on that: subluxation. And so subluxation is so much more than really honestly kind of the average chiropractor. A lot of times will look at it. Definitely the average pediatrician or medical doctor will look at it. If you found this video, I'm telling you, you found the answer to so many of your kids' challenges. And the one thing you want to do is find yourself in more information. So watch the longer videos, read the whole articles, check out dysautonomia, vagus nerve, perfect storm, birth trauma. If you're on the website, keep reading all these different articles. If you're on our socials, you can find it there and find tons more information about all the things connected to subluxation. And once you understand what's really going on with it, then get into one of our PX Docs offices, get into your local doc who maybe shared this video with you, and get a set of inside scans. Whole nother video, whole nother article for another day, but those scans are cutting edge technology where we can actually measure and find that stress on your child's nervous system. We can find out if subluxation's there. If so, how bad, how much, and if so, where? So then that pediatric chiropractor like myself can create a custom care plan to get this stress off your child's nervous system, get them back to balance, get them back to optimally functioning nervous system. And when you do that, guess what gets better? The gut gets better. The immune system gets better. The motor system gets better. They sleep better. They regulate their emotions better. The coolest thing about getting rid of subluxation is you get to so many incredible, natural neurological healing benefits through one thing. So I hope this video all about this brand new thing probably for you, subluxation helps. Would love if you comment below, share, send it to a friend who's maybe tried everything to get their child healthy, and subluxation just may be that missing link for them as well. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.